my name is Michelle Jackson. I'm the Executive Director of MLJ Adoptions, and I am so grateful that you are watching this segment. One, because that means you are seriously considering international adoption or you have started the process. I truly believe that the international adoption process is amazing. I also believe that it can be very challenging as well. I think that it's important for you to understand those challenges, to understand the risks, and to understand the unknowns of international adoption so that your expectations can be in the right place throughout the process. This will help you during the process greatly. It is important that your expectations are in the right place. We expect you to complete your documents on time, and we have an expectation that you will do them properly, and that you will communicate with us, and that you will read all the documents that we give to you. We also expect you to complete your education timely and fully. These are things that will help you go through the process well and quickly as possible. We also want you to have the right expectation of who MLJ is. MLJ is a licensed child placing agency in the state of Indiana, and we are federally Hague approved. We here at MLJ Adoptions are committed to the adoption process and the children in it. Our first and foremost priority is the children. Therefore, it's important for you to understand, to have the expectation that our rules, our requirements, our documents, our education, and the information we provide to you is child-centered. Often we have found that adoptive parents expect for a service because it's been paid. However, our job is to expect that we are protecting the children and preparing you the best way possible for that child to come into your home. The 4 areas of law, state, federal, foreign, and international, are very important in your international adoption process. They provide the guide to your entire process. It's important to understand those laws and also how culture intersects with those laws. MLJ Adoptions has 2 full-time attorneys that are continually studying, researching, and understanding those laws to help better your process. MLJ Adoptions is a licensed child placing agency licensed in the state of Indiana. We also have our federal Hague approval. These licenses and approvals require us to have certain protections, certain documents, and certain restrictions in the process. You can expect that the child will be the focus of all of our documentation and of our licensing requirements. Therefore, there are times when we ask things of you as the adoptive parents that may be uncomfortable, that may be a lot of work. However, they are required, and you must disclose information, provide us with information, and complete information when requested. One area of risks are the legal risks. Legal risks can occur because a country changes their laws or their process. Also, legal risks can be in your documentation. There can be a risk that the documents aren't proper, aren't authenticated, or they were not done properly, or the person that's looking at your documents believes they're not done properly, even though another adoptive parent did them the exact same way. It can be very frustrating. It's important for you to know that these legal risks are there. There are also unknowns. Unknowns in the process are a high risk for you. Unknowns about how long the process may take, unknowns about whether or not your documents will be approved, unknowns about whether or not there will be changes in your process. Why do changes occur in a process? Changes may occur in a process because there was a change in political power, or there was a change in individuals in the central authority or the entity reviewing your documents. There could also be a change because of an outside influence. We've seen this in situations where a child has been abused or neglected from that country by adoptive parents, and then that country reacts by becoming more restrictive in international adoption. Often these changes are outside of your control. Other legal risks in your process may be because of the laws associated with the biological parents. It is important for you to know in each country what may happen with the biological parents. Sometimes when you're given a referral, the rights of the biological parents have already been terminated, while in other countries, the rights of the biological parents are terminated later in the process and your referral is given first. It is important for you to know when this happens, because that can create a risk of a lost referral. It's always important for you to know that a referral is just that. It is a referral. The child is not yours, and you cannot make decisions for the child. There's also a risk in losing your referral because documentation is improper on the child. There are times when a government entity, like a social services ministry, provides a child for referral that then is given as a referral, and then in the process with the court, we determine that the child will not qualify as an orphan or the proper paperwork is not in order. This could cause a significant delay or a loss of referral. There are many things like changes, documentation, or changes in policy or politics that can cause delays. It's important for you to know that any time frame that has been given to you from MLJ Adoptions is an approximate. Often if you are in a newer program, like a pilot program, time frames are estimated through research and discussions with the foreign entity. With legal and process risks also come financial risks. It's important for you to review the process for any type of reimbursement or refunds with MLJ Adoptions. There's only one portion of your payments that has the option of a reimbursement or refund. It is your first payment. Be sure to understand the financial risks that you are incurring in the international adoption process. There are also medical risks associated with international adoption. Often we have very little information about the medical or social history of the child. It's important for you to be comfortable with the international adoption process and know that these are unknowns. It's also important for you to be comfortable with the fact that these medical records may not be accurate. It is important for you to get a third party to review these documents so that you can become more comfortable with the medical or social history information that is provided to you. It's important that you know about your country what medical information is provided, and also what are the medical risks in that country. This is a very serious concern. Medical risk can actually include the death of a child. The death of a child is a very serious and sad situation. We want to make sure that you understand this is an actual risk. Although we try to take all precautions, it is definitely a risk. These children are living in poverty and with very little resources. That's why it's important for you to complete your paperwork timely, and that's why it's important that you have a staff and a team that is working hard for you to quickly proceed and process your adoption. There are also risks associated with the behavior of your child. There are issues such as attachment that you need to be aware of. Our classes go in depth regarding these behavioral issues. You should be prepared as an adoptive parent regarding these behavioral issues. In summary, there are many issues that can create risk in your international adoption. I don't want to discourage you. In fact, I passionately believe that international adoption is a rewarding and wonderful process. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this segment. From the MLJ Adoptions team to you, we wish you the very best.